Alright folks, we're going to go over a new opening trap here. This is actually a really effective opening trap that I have used many times. I spent years in like the sub 1000 rating range. Then I spent months in the 1200 rating range. And this is an opening trap that I learned kind of somewhere in there. And it actually works. You play this against people with a lower elo, they fall for it. And you'll win games, and you'll win games very quickly and very effectively. So let's just jump into it and let's show you how this works. And this works for both white or black, and it works in many different openings. What you need to learn is just basically the idea of when certain pieces are on certain squares in a certain situation, you can just play this, and if they fall for it, it works. So we'll just show a very basic example. E4, E5, you bring a knight out, right? Targeting a weak pawn, you defend the weak pawn, you play one of the most common openings known to mankind, the Ruy Lopez, then you just play the Berlin defense, bring your other knight out, right? And then you do a very principled thing, you castle, right? Now we have the very first concept, the first criteria that needs to be met in order for this trap to work. You put a piece on a square like that, right? Very crucial aspect of this trap. Now this piece that's here can be either a bishop or a knight. Usually it's one of those two. You can put something else there, but typically it's just something like this. Then you do a very principal move. You try to kick the knight away, right? Just very basic stuff. Well then, instead of moving your knight away to some goofy, bizarre move and be like, question why you ever put your piece there to begin with, oh, why did I even do that, you know? You can just bring a pawn up. You're like, your opponent's gonna be like, especially if they're a lower rating, they might be like, well, what is this guy doing? He has no idea what he's doing. He's just blundering knights, you know? But this is the trap, right? So they take. Look at the eval bar, just plummeted all of a sudden. You take back. Look at what changed in this position. All of a sudden, black has a completely open file for their rook. And look at the file. It's right adjacent to the king. The knight's attacked. And the queen has an open diagonal to join in the fun, right? The knight, it's got to go somewhere, or it's just going to die. Right? Just gonna die. So pretty much everyone is gonna put their knight there. They're just gonna put their knight there, which on the surface seems like a good move. It blocks the open file. It gangs up on the pawn, right? Seems like a pretty decent move. But you gotta think, this isn't white's turn, right? This is black's turn. Black has a move here. Move the queen in. Now you gotta ask yourself, how in the world do you stop from getting checkmated? White has a move, right? It is white's move now, but how do you stop it, right? Because if you even just do a simple, like, goofy move, it's checkmate, right? Literally, it's mate in one on the board right now. Like, it's mate in one. How do you stop this? You know, it's very difficult to. There's actually a goofy line where you can just go here, and there's actually a crazy variation that goes on, which you can actually, according to the computer, if everyone plays the best move, white can actually stave off the checkmate. But trust me, folks, no one's doing that, and no one's gonna find all the best moves here. There's so many different mates, but the most common is, you know, something like this, right? Thinking you make an escape square, then you push the pawn, you block the escape square. And usually right around here, your opponent resigns because they're like, how in the world do I get out of this? So they move their rook, you come in for a check, then they move over, and then you just carry on this massive attack. So you look at the computer here, there's a couple different moves, and you look, they don't actually involve the queen, they involve the knight. Knight d4 is the best move. Knight d4. And what's crazy is the best move for white is actually just giving a check. And it's not because that check actually saves them. It's actually just because it gives them one more move before checkmate. Literally, it's just that. And the reason why is because this pawn blocks that escape square. This knight now blocks that escape square. There's no piece that can attack the knight or the pawn. And there's no piece that can block the eventual check here. Which means a simple check here is game over. Just straight up game over. You do anything and it's, well, look, it's checkmate. Oh my goodness, it's checkmate. It's the end of the game. Oh no. You know, and this is crazy that this trap actually works, because it's completely reliant on your opponent taking the bait. Literally, this is called the fishing pole trap, because you're fishing. Black, when they put their piece here and they do this, black is fishing. They want someone to take the bait. They're trying to catch a fish. And you won't believe how many people fall for this. I'm in like the 1500, 1600 rating range now. There's people even at my rating that straight up just knee-jerk take. They just knee-jerk will take in this situation. And it's a blunder. It's straight up falling for the trap. And it's just a great trap to learn, because it's one that's actually, believe it or not, effective. And it's really not that bad to play it. Like, you don't really get hurt in the evaluation just because you plopped a piece onto the square. So anyways, I hope that shows you something. Hopefully that's educational. Hopefully it leads to a couple of victories for you guys and some easy wins, because this trap legitimately works. Anyways, you know, God bless, toodaloo, and enjoy the rest of your day. And if you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, let's do it. Anyways, yeah, bye.